So, nice big gate. We still get to see the top of that. I'm just going to add a little bit of that, the gutter system. That interesting gutter system. We don't need that much. We're 16. G. Rotate Y 90. Okay. Delete faces. Now. Control L, G. That seems pretty big. I understand the system how they did it though. It's really interesting. Gutters. Would never have thought that gutters would be so different. Because I mean these ones, if you actually look at the photo, aren't even attached to the house. Well, sorry, I lie. They are attached to the house. But in some weird dangling system. So I'm just going to, where I want it to spin, I want it to spin probably about there. Spin. Minus 90. I don't need, let's just go 5. And I'm just going to move that into position. Yeah, that looks nice. Extrude X, Y. Looking at the picture, it obviously goes into a gutter, but it kind of just goes there, and then the gutter comes down. So let's add another cylinder, 16. I could have used, what do you call that thing with the thing? Control it. Oh, gosh, what are they called? What are they called? A curve. Oh, yeah. I could have used curve, but I'm more than happy actually using just the spin. So we'll just go minus 45, 45, extrude. Oh, that's annoying. Control Z, face, extrude. And let's do another spin of minus 45, extrude into the ground. Let's just move that over into the right spot. Probably, that sounds pretty good. Now I'm not going to bother about creating this security system. I'm not going to bother about creating this cage because I think that'll be wasted vertices, but I will create some of those dangling things. But rather than using 16 vertices, because we just want to kind of hide it, because we kind of want to keep as much of the details limited as possible. There we go. Shift-D, Y, Shift-D, Y, Shift-D, Y. Obviously with this kind of gutter system, I don't think we need to be too accurate. Okay. You don't even see those things. But still, I think it's just a good idea that they're there. So I'm just going to finish up this section with this gate. I can see, I'm not going to bother about an angle here. Let him just walk on a straight line. I do think those are interesting, obviously, so they don't knock the house with the car. But let's just build this gate quickly. that house seems pretty far back, but to tell you the truth, I'm not fussed. Okay. We're going to go Shift S, no, Control Alt, location. There we go. Rotate Z 90. G. Okay, so that's going to be about the size of our gate. And of course it can be up a little bit. If that's the case, why not just extend that? Now, I'm just going to put this house into, and this house goes this way a little bit, just so we got the whole floor covered off, and the gate is going to be about there, still off the ground. Size Y. Now, obviously, we don't have to match what the gate in the photo looks like, but I actually quite like it. So what I'm going to do actually, because I don't want to have to cut all this up as well, I'm going to select that line, go V to kind of cut it. Let's put in, say, that much, too much, there we go. And so now I can select all them, Control B, delete. No, I don't, not yet. Don't want to delete that yet. Right click. Let's just create that border. And so we're kind of just creating like the lattice effect that it has. Faces, Control L, extrude just a smidgen. That's a little bit more than a smidgen. We'll delete the back face. Now I'm going to bring this one forward a little bit. Extrude, delete face. Now the reason why I did that one is just so now like the lattice is sitting on top. It actually probably would be better to move it back a little bit, but I'm just going to leave it on top. I think that's fine. N. Beautiful. Look at that. I'm quite thrilled with that. Shift D, Y. Put that together. Put it roughly in the middle. Size Y. Cool. And obviously it doesn't matter that that's being cut off there on the left, because we're not going to see it. This is going to be the primary position of the camera. Now let's just make Control L. Let's just smooth that out a little bit. Gorgeous. I'm not going to worry about that one. So let's probably just add something on top there. Shift D Z. It's kind of like a border they've got there. What is that? Okay, so the gate goes higher. So from memory, the Australian embassy's down this way, so I think maybe all these are like embassy buildings, could be. I'm not entirely sure, but let's just say they're residential buildings. Interesting residential buildings, but whatevs. Okay. Oops. Delete faces. Delete faces. Delete faces, and I missed one. There we go, delete face. Control L. So when going about and creating something like this, if you're making these things constantly, it might actually be an idea to spend that extra time on the buildings, because what you can do is, yeah, it's stuffed. Because what you can ultimately do afterwards is actually put them into an asset library. I haven't really had a need for one as of yet, because I mean at the moment I'm just going off stuff that I make, and the last short film that I made, you know, they were all basic stuff. I mean, I probably should have kept it, but what are you going to do? So I'm going to leave this section at this, and in the next section we're just going to go a little bit in the next section. I think I might just extend that one more building, probably this one here, because I mean I can use once again an array modifier here, and might just decorate it a little bit, maybe cut it short, and then that's it. I'm just going to leave it at that, or I could even cheat and leave it at that, but then there's this gap of building, so I will create the rest of that area. And how are we looking so far? Yeah, that looks alright. I'll buy that for $1. I think the camera's a little bit low. If we have a look, whereabouts is the camera? It's at about 1.5 meters. So that's about 1.5 meters. F12. Beautiful. I think though that pipe there sticks out a little bit too much. So let's just quickly fix that. And then we will call it a section. Control B. Amateur. Control B. There we go. Just cheat a little bit. Control L. And I'm just going to move it over. And that looks better. Okay, save that. And we will continue on into the next section.